Hello, Saintsman here with an update. Yeah, it's been a good week. Um, it's Friday. I'm actually doing this on a Friday afternoon. Took the day off today because I had a really good week. Had 2 long days and hit target. And my aim is now to take the Fridays off or do half a day. And today is I had a blood test for my diabetes this morning at 8:40, and I just work. I wasn't going to work anyway. So right, this last week, let's go back to the original fuel. I got it for 111. Is the cheapest I've got. I've got 111 on both cards, which comes out at 133 with VAT. It's slightly cheaper. It's around here. It's about 6p cheaper per litre. Let's go back. Monday, I started off. I got subcontract work actually. I booked in over the weekend, which way booked me, and it got me to Norwich. I ended up Norwich. 3 drops. Good money. It's always good money, but you always end up a dodgy. Excuse me. I'm just some cashew nuts, which is good for my diabetes. Um, yeah, and we ended up in Norwich. And could I get a job? No. I did 3 hospitals: Kettering, Stamford, and Norwich. Been to them all before. Really easy drops, and I was done. And I couldn't get nothing out of Norfolk. It was as dead as a dodo. Norfolk to me is one of the worst areas, and I know a few shippers in Norfolk. I phoned 2 up, still dead. So it's a poor area, and I'd got to get back Monday. I'd got stuff to do, and I got a job, believe it or not, in Northampton, and it was a booze run, and it was 7 miles. I got paid really well for it, and it made my fuel home. Still not brilliant, but it was okay. Um, Tuesday, I booked a job in, um, and it was from again. It was wine. I took wine from a new place I'd never been to in Northampton, and it was 19 cases of wine going down to Clacton on Sea, which again took a bit of a risk. Got pretty good money for it actually. The pub was great. It wasn't on the seafront, but there was not a lot out there, and I decided to park on Clacton seafront and walked along there. And in the winter, like November, it's really quiet, and amusements were open. Pier was open, but none of the rides. But it was just nice having a walk along there. I was looking for jobs. I couldn't get anything, and I managed to get a job in the end out of Haverhill to Staines, which didn't take me close. Well, it took me a little bit closer to home, but it meant I hit target. So yeah, but I was in Staines, so I'm at Heathrow. Traffic was horrendous getting home, so it was a late-ish day. But I had to get home because I got a long job on Wednesday. I'd got a job from Milton Keynes up into Scotland, and it was to 11, or as the locals call it, I think 11. And it was 5 boxes, small boxes, going to a residential address. And I got a 6 o'clock start in Milton, 6:15 start in Milton Keynes. So I started, left the house at 5:30 on Wednesday. Had a lovely journey up actually, no problems whatsoever. Cut across, couldn't get another job after I finished. I was done by 2. I delivered it at 2:30, and I was in Leven, and Leven's nice, right on the coast. And I've never seen an oil rig so close to the beach. It was probably less than half a mile, probably mile tops, and really nice. And the weather was really mild, so I decided I was going to stay up there if I couldn't get anything. I hadn't booked no hotels, but I could stay up there. I drove down to Kilcoddy. I was on my way down actually, going to drive down towards between Edinburgh and Glasgow and park somewhere there. But I went down to Kilcoddy along the coast. Beautiful. Kilcoddy's really nice. I liked it. And there's a lorry park on Kilcoddy, right on the beach. It's called a lorry park. It's for vans, mobile, motorhomes. It's got a cafe. It's got toilets, public toilets, and it's got a shower. So I decided, well, should I stay here the night? Should I stay here? It was still early, but I got it was a park for night for free. And then I got a job picking up on Thursday from Dundee, which was 20 something miles north, 25, 30 mile north, going to Dis. This is the Thursday, so that was Wednesday. I quoted on it, and it was with a courier who I'd used before. It wasn't a Scottish courier; it was a courier from East Anglia, and I quoted on it and phoned up, and I got the job. So I'd got the job Thursday from Dundee down to Diss, best part of 480 miles. So 2 long days, too well. The job up was very well paid. Really for long distance, it was. I do it for that rate. And my golden rule is I won't go to Scotland after Wednesday. That gives me 2 days, Thursday and Friday, to get out of Scotland. And I got out on pretty good money out of Scotland, but it wasn't. This is a fair way from home, and I've got to get home Thursday night because I've got this blood test today. So we stayed in Dundee in the end. We stayed 3 miles from the pickup, and I had a lot. I stayed in Kilcoddy for quite a long while. It was virtually dark. I got some stuff from Morrison's. I set the bed up. I would have stayed in that lorry park, but I'd got an hour. It was only 30, less than 30 miles, but the road's quite wiggly. And if I was going to do that and get there at 8 o'clock pickup for the next day, I was going to leave about 6:30. Meant getting up about 5:30. And I thought I'd rather get to Dundee, which I did. And I got a great park for night, and it was on the on the beach road, uh, just the other side of Dundee. And there's a huge esplanade, and there's sand dunes, and there's you can park up there for free. And there was car park, free parking again. I had a lovely walk, although it was virtually dark. It was dark, but still had a good walk. I'd set the bed up. I got enough food. I got my kettle on, and yeah, I slept really well. There was a load of fireworks went off actually by the beach, and I couldn't complain because it was 8:15, and I was sort of not in my bed. I was sort of watching YouTube, and yeah, fireworks going off, and they finished about 9:30, so I watched them as well with a cup of tea. So it was okay. Slept well, really well. It wasn't cold at all. It was about 12 degrees, and I slept like a log. And I set the alarm for 6:30. Although I weren't picking up till 8, takes me half an hour to get everything packed away, and I wanted to go for a nice bit of walk because I knew I'd got a long drive, and I knew it'd be a full day driving. So I wanted to get a bit of exercise and get me going. And I did. I walked about a mile, half a mile along the esplanade the other way, and half a mile back. And the sun rose. It was lovely. Then we picked up Dundee 8 o'clock. Luckily, luckily, I'd got my top of my bulkhead, the top half, I've took out just to let the warm air come in if I do tramp in the cold. And it's a good job I did because I got an L2. This was a small van job, and when I got there, they'd got steel bars, very narrow but very long. They were for racking, aluminium, and they were 2.2 meters long, and they fitted in corner to corner, and they just come into the front of the van by about that. If I'd have had a bulkhead, I couldn't have fitted them in, and a small van definitely wouldn't have done the job. So, but we got them in. There was 8 of them, and there was a very small pallet. So we got them all in. Did inform a shipper saying, someone's, and they were informed it was one pallet, but it wasn't. It was a pallet and these. But yes, I took it because I'd got a job out of Scotland. To be honest, I didn't moan. I'd got my money. The whole lot only come to less than 100 kilos. So, and we drove down Dundee to Diss, and they wanted it there by 5. It was going to be tight. I did have one break of 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and then I had one break of about 10 minutes just to use the toilet further down the road, down the A1. And I got there at 5. They said the guy waited till half 5 if he needed to, but he didn't. I got there at 5. 400 and best part of 480 mile. So it's a good trek. The Doblo runs sweet as a nut. Absolutely never missed a beat. All the way up, all the way back. Uh, you know, it's I can't complain about this van. It just does the job. Yes, it's not got the refinement of some of the small vans, the combo, the Merc. It's a van. It's not a car type, but brilliant. And that was yesterday. And I drove home from Dis, which was dead miles, 95 dead miles. That's what it is, isn't it? But I got home last night at 7:15. So I did a good lot of hours, 11 and a half hours. But of that, I should admit 10 and a half hours of that were driving, maybe 10. So I'm maxed out driving, really. But it was okay. And that was it. That was my week. 4 days. I'd hit target. And if I hit target now, instead of keep going and killing yourself, I've had a bit of time. Been visiting a relative in hospital this morning. We've done some shopping. I've got a few errands done. I'm doing this, getting out of the way. Um, the figures for the week: I did 1,597 miles in 4 days. So average 400 miles a day. 4, 8, 12, yeah, 400 miles a day. So it's a good average. 41 hours duty time, so 10 hours a day, 4 days. 31 hours driving, so over nearly 8 hours a day driving average. And my money was 1,016 with VAT 1,219.20. The VAT man gets his 120, his 10%, 121.72, something like that, and that brings it out at 1,097.28, which is good rate. 4 days, 2 very long days, one night tramping. Comes out at 274 a day. Pence per mile wasn't massive. It would only come out at 70 pence a mile. Just, I think it might have been just under, a tad under 70p a mile. But it's what it is. That's every mile. I did a lot of dead miles. I did dead miles yesterday, 95. I did dead miles from Staines on Tuesday, which was probably 80 miles. I did dead miles from Norwich on Monday because I couldn't get a job until I got to Northampton, 80 miles. Dead miles is a killer. But you got a small van that does 50 to the gallon. You can sort of live with that. I hope everyone's had a good week. Please like and subscribe. I'm getting more. I think it's 1,230 subscribers. I try and answer your questions. I did answer the question and put a little video out on the vans, like L2, what I like, and for if you want to tramp, you need an L2 really to get a camp bed in, which is what I use. Yeah, overall pretty good. Uh, I say, relative has had his radiotherapy now in hospital. He's having a biopsy on Monday, and he's hoping to be home. He's got all his kit fitted, and the signs are that hopefully they're going to do a biopsy, and hopefully it's started to help. And they're going to let him home sometime next week, but he's got to wear a brace for 3 months, and they're going to keep what's the word for it? Keep looking, um, re-evaluating the situation as required. He'll be having more radiotherapy, I believe, but yeah, it's hopefully it's good news. I'm going to watch rugby tomorrow, uh, and say got Saturday and Sunday off. I'm going to pick. So I've got a job for Monday. A laptop I'm picking up tonight at 6 o'clock and delivering that to Manchester on Monday. So got a job booked in Monday. Good start. See if we can get another 4 day weekend. Get enough money in 4 days. I'll take Friday off. That's what I'm aiming to. And if I don't, if I have to do half a day Friday, I'll do half a day maximum. If I don't hit target, I don't hit target. But I'm intending to do less days, or 4.5 days max, instead of 5 days and finishing 8 o'clock Friday night. That's the plan. Anyway, hope you're all doing well. Trying to keep it short of the videos. Say any questions, just comment and I'll try and answer you. Have a great weekend, guys. Speak next week.